and gentlemen, boys and girls,
we are back.
Children of all ages, we are back, and how you guys doing? So we, while we were on our little break, refueling, we were trying to figure out what we're gonna do
and bring back with you guys.
And the first thing Junior was like, let's talk about these internet sites that talk about some bullshit. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Because that's all it is bullshit.
Bullshit headlines.
Okay, I understand. They had, repeat to them the two headlines you told me.
So, the first one, which I was a little interested in, was 2 police officers dead and killed in a warrant, when they were serving a warrant.
Right.
And the suspect was barricaded in his home. They didn't release any extra details, names, all that BS.
Right.
And it was in Georgia.
Right.
The second one is a sheriff deputy shot and killed a couple.
Right.
And the second one, I think that's just a headline.
Okay, here's the thing. This is why I wasn't going to talk about him. Okay. What about the little kid that was lost? What about the guy that, turns out to be the pedophile that everybody's talked about? What about those headlines?
They're not there.
They're not there. Let's just bring something to the media. The media brings the attention of 2 cops getting killed. Okay. My condolences to these cops' family.
Yes.
I'm not going to be cold-hearted about it. But what about these other things that to me are more important? Like if there's a pedophile living next door. If there is, I swear to God you're dead. But that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. And the other one you said, again, condolences. But that's the thing. It's they only put this is why I don't watch modern news.
Yeah.
Because they literally only give you the facts of things that they want you. They feed you. I'm sorry, there's more important things going on in the world than those. Don't get me wrong, it's a tragedy. 2 officers. I don't want to downplay that in any way.
It is a tragedy that.
But
there's more.
You got children that are being kidnapped, for trafficking every single fucking 10 or 13 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't see that shit in the news all the time.
You hardly see it.
Hardly see it. So that's what I mean. This is why I don't listen or watch mainstream news, because they spoon feed you what they think you need to hear.
Or they want you to hear.
And you know why they do that?
Keep your view off of this over here.
Exactly. If you're paying attention to, this is why, the thing with, the headline with them raiding, 35 or whatever of Trump's allies. They're bringing your attention to here because them dirty sumbitches are doing something over here.
Exactly.
Okay? They're bringing your attention to here
when something more important is
going on over here. This is how mainstream media works.
It is.
And as a country, if we don't realize these things, we're blind sheep.
And blind leading the blind.
Yeah, and here's the thing. That's why, if you, the algorithm things, literally, we could be talking about something, and we Google search something, and now it's over every one of our social media streams.
I mean, we didn't even search it up.
Yeah.
We were talking about something. A video editor.
Yep.
We didn't even search it up. We were talking about a video editor because we needed a good one. And we were watching YouTube, and a Vimeo ad came across the screen.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Oh, your chat. Okay. So, yeah, we were bantering back and forth while we were during break in the chat, talking about his mama.
I said, who's here in the chat?
I said, yo, mama.
You wish.
Yeah, I said, nah, she's just a pain in both of our asses.
Yeah, I gotta love her, though.
No, I don't.
You don't, but I do.
Yeah, you do. Sucker!
You gotta love your mama, though.
No, yeah. Everybody in the world gotta love my mama.
Oh, my Lord.
If you don't love my mama, she'll whoop your ass. No, she's about a 5'2" Christian woman. Which brings me into what we were talking about right
you
before.
brought this up.
I brought this up, and I kind of want to get somebody's opinion. I got one person's opinion about it last night. I don't know who knows where the meaning of Chappy came from.
I don't think anybody has heard that side of the story about where it came from.
Okay.
Because I didn't mention it. I don't think you've said anything about it.
I don't think I have.
You and I have spoken about it.
Yeah, and
I knew where it came from.
Yeah, you know. Okay, so up in Ohio, where we're from originally,
We were going to that church, as we
the
previously
church that
mentioned.
we've previously mentioned. This was before Junior started attending the church.
Mm-hmm.
We started, well, it was actually about 6 months before I started this church. They started a motorcycle ministry. And when I joined, I'll never forget it. I'm on my way to work one day, and the pastor of the church texted me, and he said, the only thing he said to me was, Jesus needs you. The only thing he said to me, now guys, listen, this is going down a path of religion. If you don't stick around, I understand.
It's understandable.
I can't make everybody happy. So here's the thing. He says, Jesus needs you, and that's all he said. And I hadn't spoken to the pastor in months.
But you and him were good friends.
Well, yeah, we grew up, we knew each other since we were like 12, 13, something like that. We used to run the streets together. That's why it was surprising one day when I walked in and seen him sitting in the pew, and then realized he was the pastor of the church. And that's a whole nother story. But, so I go to work, I get off of work, go home, I text him, he says, call me, I call him, the whole conversation gets going, he said, listen, come out to, I think it was a Memorial Day party, something, it was Memorial Day, Labor Day, something like this. I go out to the party, it was a party get-together thing, and their whole ministry, there was only like maybe 5 of them at the time. So I go out and I figure out everything going on. Now, fast forward, I join this club as a prospect, and I get voted in, all that stuff. Actually, the president, who was the pastor, because we knew each other, he vouched for me. He vouched for me, and he basically took me under his wing, and he was, there for me, and then voting came through, I got voted in, yada yada. Long story short, the time came up for, they were doing the elections for their positions in the club. Mm-hmm. And the guy that was the chaplain of the group got voted into another position, which opened up the chaplain position. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what the chaplain is. When they go out on the road, they're basically quote unquote in charge. Like, they do like all the preaching when they go out. You do like all kinds of stuff when you go out on the bikes and go out in the community. I don't know how to explain the details of it without actually reading them to you.
Right.
So that position opened up, and I got nominated by Scotty, which you know who Scotty is,
Scotty.
Who was the former chaplain. He nominated me to become the chaplain. So it was a majority, vote. Like, it was unanimous, actually. And I got put into that position. I had no idea what the position was at the time. And anybody that knows me knows I'm not a public speaker.
He's really not.
I'm not a public speaker. I hate talking in front of people. But at the time I didn't know this, so I accepted the position, and then I kind of had to grow into talking in front of people. But, so, for the longest time, nobody really knows this. My first name is John. And everybody called me John Boy. And one day, I don't remember who it was, hollered out Chappy. And it's kind of short for Chappy. It's like an interchangeable word. It's not really a nickname for Chappy because it's not shorter than Chaplin. It's just like an alternative word. And that's where Chappy came from. So, that all being said, I'm thinking about on Sunday, maybe Sunday evenings, maybe mornings. I might do it Sunday mornings. As just kind of getting together and just kind of shooting, religious things and kind of opening that door back up for me. Because it kind of like since I moved down here to North Carolina, that door's kind of closed. Because I left the ministry, I went to join another club, that fell through because of other reasons. And so it's been a missing point, portion of my life, which was my life for 5 years.
Yeah. And during that, I went and
then you came to the church, you joined, you were part of that ministry. You were actually part of the youth ministry before joining the adult motorcycle ministry. But now I'm I think I have the opportunity to branch this into something else. You're still going to get, now that's the thing, you're still going to get the uncut, uncensored bullshit.
Version of it.
You're still going to get that. I'm going to tell you, Fridays, you're going to get this part of me. And it's not a hypocritical thing where, I'm going to go, all out on, Friday and then try to save myself on Sunday. That's not how it works.
That wasn't how it worked when we were up at the church.
It literally, how I am is, I'm going to give you the truth of how I feel. Words are just words.
For the most part, yes.
The words that I use may be a little sharper edged than your normal Christians would use.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of them wouldn't say shit. Most of them wouldn't say damn or damn it or fuck. I will use those words. Now, there is a phrase, the GD, I will not use.
I don't even use it.
That is kind of like a off-limits around me.
I've actually had to stop using it. I said it once. He said, don't say that.
Yeah.
And I haven't since.
No, you haven't since. That is the only word or phrase that I don't... And that's the thing. A lot of people that don't know me wouldn't really... they say if you're Christian you want to be like God, people around you should know that. Okay. Most people don't know that about me, but I don't know how to put this. I don't make it known like that because I'm not going to judge you regardless, and if I make it known like that, you're going to change your attitude, not attitude, but
viewpoint.
The way you carry yourself and viewpoint towards me. That's not how this works.
No.
If I feel you're doing wrong, I'm going to tell you, hey, you're fucking up.
Change it.
Change it. I tell you that all the time.
Yes,
hey, you're fucking up. Change it.
Mm-hmm.
And 30% of the time you change it. And we're going high with 30%. But
I'm still working on it.
I'm thinking maybe, Sunday sometime I'm actually going to talk to my old pastor and get some thoughts from him on how to maybe do this. Maybe have him come on as a guest one day. I would do it after he does his.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe even earlier than he does. It just depends
how he's feeling
that day. So that kind of depends. But like I said, this is kind of, I'm putting out the feelers on this.
So let us know what you guys think.
Seriously, let me know in comments. Let me know in emails.
Tweet us,
whatever. What do you guys I know I have a few people's opinions already. Most of them were kind of a strong yes.
I can see. I love the idea. I think we should do it.
Yeah.
But I can see the other side of it, where people won't tune in.
Yeah.
People won't interact with it.
Right.
They won't want to interact with it because it's religion.
Yeah.
But we talk about religion and have talked about religion before on this show.
Right.
So I don't really see the change in it being a whole show about religion.
That's where it's not going to be like a show like we're doing now.
No.
Literally would be almost very similar to be doing a sermon.
Yes.
And, I mean, yes, I'd be sitting on my couch. I wouldn't have a pulpit in front of me or anything like that. But, and yes, it would be scripture. Some scripture coming out of my mouth. But I know a lot of times when you do that, knowing what our other podcasts sound like, to hear my voice coming to you saying that might
change the viewpoint.
Might change their viewpoint about our podcast. And to be totally honest, guys, for like 3 weeks now, we've had a very steadily, I'll be open and honest, we have had a very steady incline.
We have
in viewers and listeners, and this is a lot of why I decided to go ahead and upgrade how long we could talk to you guys. Like, we've gone an hour now, and I don't know who's tuned in right at the moment.
I don't think anyone's talking in chat right now.
Nobody's talking in chat, but that doesn't mean they're not listening.
Exactly.
People, I know, like, sometimes when I'm listening to the podcast, I'll be cleaning or working. Like at work, I've listened to, like, if I miss your podcast, I'll listen to it at work. And, I'll go back. Sometimes I'll go back and listen and be like, what could we have changed?
What could be improved on?
What could be improved on?
It's always good to reflect.
And that's also, like, I listened to Wednesday's, yesterday, I listened to Wednesday's podcast. And I'm like, man, she wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
You could tell it in the tone of Kirsten's voice. She wanted to keep going, and I felt bad after. Like, at the time, I didn't realize it, but listening back, I kind of like stopped her, and I felt bad listening back because you could tell she wanted to keep going. So that's why we extended it.
Yeah.
And if she's got 3 hours worth of stuff to talk about,
we're fine with that.
We're fine with it. Now, it's going to suck when we go to cut that up for videos. But that's not on me. That's on you.
That's on me.
That's on you.
I mean, when we were doing it on the old computer, it was a nightmare. Let me tell you guys, it took almost 6 hours for a 45-minute video.
Yeah.
It took almost 6 hours, and that was just exporting it.
Yeah, that was horrible.
But now we've got a better computer.
Yeah.
Which runs amazingly quick.
Oh, yeah, way better. Yeah, it's way better, guys.
So, it shouldn't be that bad.
No.
So, I really got no issue with editing something like this.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have to cut these down into 2 videos.
Maybe.
And then, we've also got under the habit of, we are cutting down to 3 podcasts a week.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to be... Now, here's the thing. I say 3 podcasts, and then I just say I'm adding one on Sunday.
Right.
So, the Sunday one might be like every other week. It's not going to be an every week thing.
I gotcha.
It might be twice a month type of thing, or every other Sunday.
Right. To bring you guys something different.
Yeah, that gives me time to prepare. Because off the top of my head, I can talk about anything. But when I prepare for something and I want to actually specifically talk about something, it takes me a little longer. So, that might be an every other week thing. And that's going to be, when that goes to YouTube, it'll actually have a video behind it.
Yes.
It'll be a video podcast, not a...
Just audio.
Just audio. On YouTube anyway.
Yeah, which, go check out the YouTube. We just had a video go out this morning.
Yeah.
And we'll have one out tomorrow morning as well of tonight's, whether it's the entire thing or half of it. Which try to do the entire thing.
No,
maybe I should just do half.
Yeah, just do half of it.
Either way,
we'll figure it out. I'm not worried about that. But listen, guys, we've pretty much done about an hour and 10-ish minutes. We're gonna wrap it up. It's been the raw and uncut, uncensored. I think
I've enjoyed this.
I enjoyed it. Because you guys don't understand how much we pull back when we go to talk.
Because I said quite a few more swears than I normally do.
Yeah. We normally don't swear on our podcast because we don't want the backlash from it. And we put Uncut and Uncensored as the title for a reason.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to kind of show you guys that there is another side of us, and we wanted to kind of open up to you guys after 40 freaking podcasts. We probably should have been doing this from the get-go, but we want to be able to kind of hit all audiences, and not all audiences want to hear us cussing and so we decided that we're going to do that on Friday nights when it's time to relax and it's time to chill. That's why we did it. I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything off the top of my head.
You have nothing? Alright, guys, if you haven't done anything today, make today special. Make somebody smile.
If that's the last thing you do.
It might be the last thing they do.
Yeah.
So, it's been real.
It's been fun.
But it ain't been real fun.
Take it easy, guys.
Peace!